Hi, it's Jez from Nigezza Creates. Thank you for joining me today. So I'm bringing you another collaboration video for Rach and Bella Crafts in the hashtag 100 days junk journey inspiration. I'll put the hashtag up either up here or I'll put it down below so you can see what everybody's been doing. We're coming to the end of it now. There's a big giveaway at the end, so to be in with a chance of the big giveaway, you need to comment and like all the videos, and then Rachel will pick a video, and you could win a prize. And there's lots and lots of things up for grabs. I have yet to let Rach know what I'm giving away because I've been away. So yeah, so there are freebies every week. Rach has been really busy, so this week's freebies are these 2 sheets of lovely bits of ephemera, because this week it is vintage ephemera. Now, my last collaboration video was mixed media and I happened to make a bit of vintage ephemera with it. I did do some other things. If you haven't seen the video, go and check it out. I showed you all sorts of different mixed media things there with it. So I'm going to do something that'll go along with this. I'll probably use some of this, and I'm going to use some other things. I printed these library cards because I'm going to do library pockets because I love them. This is from the previous kit that she's done. She's done three kits for this. They're all different, but obviously I'm going to do library cards pockets, so I thought I'd grab a library card. This background sheet from the kit I absolutely loved, and I've backed it here with some you know, I even checked it was up the right way, and it didn't, like a Burke. I did check that I was doing it the right way, but never mind. So I just stuck with glue stick. You didn't need to see me sticking it with glue stick. That I'm probably going to make an envelope with this, so I thought you might get a twofer with this. So let's start the library pocket. Now, there are some beautiful background pages. Love these. They're like, you know, like a designer's notebook. I just loved it. And I did use one of these sheets from a mixed media sheet, and I added real fabric on the fabric swatches. Yeah, that's it there. So loved them. So yeah, I thought I'd use I obviously printed 2 sheets for some reason. I've got some other bits and bobs here and some lovely words. So we'll use this one because that's the one I've got. So I think I might grab a library. I'm going to use this one because it's like a fabric back. These ones are floral. Love a bit of floral, but as this is I don't know, Jez, what is it? Sewing themed. Gosh, been away, brain not working. Then oh, you're gonna have to go down there first, Jez. Yeah, as it's sewing themed, I thought I'd just use that one, and I'll use the others another time. So let's go down there. So I've been away. If you watched my last video, you would know I was due to go off for a week to Malta. So I went and I'm back. I got back home yesterday. I got back from Malta early hours of Saturday morning. I don't know if anybody saw on the news that there was issues at Manchester Airport and there was a power cut on Terminal 3. So lots of planes were like stranded on the runway and couldn't disembark. Yeah, that's one of those. It's not really what you want when you're landing at 1:05 anyway. You just want to go, don't you? And 2 hours, 2 flipping hours sitting on the plane. I thought everybody was quite calm, really. Nobody particularly moaned. bit poor show that we weren't offered a drink or anything. You know, when you consider how hot it gets in an aeroplane when it's not going anywhere. Yeah, anyway, we all survived. I had a slight doze at one point. You know, it is what it is. You can't do out about it. Right, I want that rounded. Where's my little roundies? I might round it with teeny tiny. Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, so that was yeah, not the best end. So I was staying with Ed's sister, which is about 40 minutes from the airport. So I got to bed at 4:45 in the morning. That's a big ouch, that is. A big blooming ouch. Right, we'll leave that for now. Obviously, I find whiteness a bit offensive. Not offensive, it's just, I just don't like it. In a vintage thing, you wouldn't have white. So I'll probably do something with that, but I haven't decided yet. So that's my basic library card. And I wanted to have that so that I kind of had a sense of how big my library pocket needed to be. So I want that to be like the back of the library pocket. So that's, where's my lovely rip ruler? It's there. It's not really a rip ruler, it's just a blooming ruler. So there, we'll go down about there somewhere. I'm gonna, let's put that. You've got a grid mat, Jez. Use it. There we go. So I'm excited today because I'm going to test drive a car. Did you hear that with the ripping? I'm going to test drive a car. Need a car. Our car. I still say our car because it is our car. So it's getting old, and yeah, needs replacing. I'm going to fold this down because I think I'm going to create a pocket in the back. So we'll give that a nice thing in the back there for a pocket. Oh, should I do it side pocket? Oh, decisions, shares. Well, do you know what? Let's just fold it up and then you've got the choice when it's done. There we go. It might sing to me. Yeah, so I've always fancied the Nissan Duke. Ever since I first saw them, I thought they were cute cars. And my brother said, well, do you know, that's as good as reason as any to choose a car. And it comes in purple. So there we go. That is, as I said to the man on the phone yesterday, it's a deal breaker. I want. If you can't get me a purple one, I'll go somewhere else. That does not look straight. That's because it isn't. How does that end up not blooming straight? No flipping idea. Yeah, so that is what I'm doing. So my bestie has today off, so it's a good day to be going. She's very excited. She went, ooh, car hunting. She's so excited, probably more excited than me. So that's where we're going with that. That looks like a good size. So then we're going to fold this up. There we go. That is going to be my library pocket, so let's do that. And we want a bit folded down on the edge of that as well. So there we go. So we have taken our rectangle and we've folded in all the ends, and then we've folded up where we're going to go. form our library pocket. So now I'm going to ink round all these edges so we can actually see, make it easier to see. Probably wouldn't do this. Well, I wouldn't do this because I can see it, but on camera it's hard for you to see, isn't it? So there we go. So we got these lines. Can come over the edges. It'll be good for you to see all the way to the edge, so you can see what it is I'm doing. Okay. So we want these corners out. So these two here, where we're going to fold over and glue, we're just going to snip from the fold to the edge, a little divot, like so, so that will now fold up easier. Okay, we want take these corners off into all the edges. It is a little bit easier if you can see them. And it makes your edges neater, gives the edges a bit of strength. If they're going to end up being pockets, it's a good idea. There we go. So those can be folded under, and then this is going to fold under that way, and then the sides go around it. And that is how we're going to get a library pocket like that. Very nice. And we can choose in a second which way is going what. So now this of course needs decorating. So let me just do all this gubbins, and then you can see. So that is the area that we want to decorate. So we can take a bit of this and stick it on. That would be quite cool. That's quite nice. That's very nice, in fact. So I could just cut that. So I go on the back and do a little measure with a pencil. That's not even sharpened, Jez. That'll do. So cut there. Cut there. So do like a rough edge, but I'm going to cut it. These are, by the way, printed on 120 GSM presentation paper. It's generally what I do. This is the 200 GSM Navigator card. So that's going to fit on there. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. So let's give it a neat. And then we can stick it down. And that'll be that. And then move that all around like that. Then that'll stick on there. How amazingly cool does that look? Amazingly cool. Right, so I want a little bit more of this ink through, in case there's any bits showing. Don't want to see any white bits. That bit needs to be like that. There won't be any down the side seen, I'm sure, just because that's going to be glued, isn't it? But you know, just in the case, just in case. Right, so let's glue these down. Oh, this glue's not been used for the time I've been away. A couple of weeks now, Jess. A couple of weeks it will be. There we go. Don't want any glue lapping over, Jess, because that is going to be a pocket. There we are. So I got a bit of inspiration whilst I was away. So I am going to do some searching. So I've got some ideas for kits. I also got a bit of I got a bit of usual sort of holiday ephemera, but I also got some genuine ephemera, so I've got a haul video to do. Also some bits and bobs that I bought sort of prior to going away, some of which arrived whilst I was away. So yeah, we need a bit of inking. There we are. So they give it a nice good end there. Now I'm going to want to glue this on before I glue it down, so we don't end up with glue onto the side. So let's put some glue on this. I'm going to glue stick and colour. Now somebody watched an older video of mine. Don't know if you're watching. Can't remember the name now. Did read the comment. I may go back and comment. But it was asking about my little glue bottles. Now I've used different sizes and types of glue bottles. The ones I'm using at the moment have got a black top. They're all linked in Amazon shop down below. Just Amazon. Glue is Collal. It's a UK glue. I don't know if you can get it anywhere else, but it's a little bit like Beacon 3-in-1, apparently. Same sort of thing. So yeah, it's going to be that way up. But I love it. Cheap as chips. I've got that linked as well. It's about, well, the last time I bought it was about, was it £18 for a litre? It lasts me nearly a year, or about a year. So very, very good value for money. My glue sticks are linked as well that I use. Yeah. And I've got a little bit of gubbins on there, which is fine. It's absolutely fine. It all adds to the grunginess, I think. And then we'll stick that down on the back there. So library pockets Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So simple to make. So there we have a lovely library pocket. Now if we bring in the page I made in my previous collaboration video, try not to let all the gubbins spill. Yeah, that would fit. I wouldn't put it on that page, to be fair. Probably stick it on that page. So that'll be nice. That fits in nicely. And we'd probably do a big pocket behind. This is actually too big for sticking in it, unless I made it glue down on 3 sides. There was a bit of me that thought that would fit in it, but I could have made the library pocket big enough to have this fit in it. I just didn't, because I was using this. But you know, just make it a bit bigger and it will fit. Now let's stick some, might have some other ephemera going on there. So let's have a look at our freebie BBs. So you could make a smaller button thing like that, and then that would fit in there. Rachel did do a button card in her video. I think she did it on one of these, I can't remember. Now we've got these teeny tiny ones. I think they'll make nice little sort of a cluster on there. I have printed this on card. Probably would have fitted it on something else, but I didn't, so there you go. You know, I would have done it on paper had I kind of thought my way around it being used for a cluster, but hey ho. I've just dropped my trimmer and I can't see it. How can you drop your trimmer, which is massive, and now not see it because it went down the back? Yes. And you've got skills that you surprise yourself with every day. Usually not great skills. There we go. So let me just chop this down so that I can I do like that. That's the one I'm going to go for. So let's just chop you down roughly, and then let's get you it's like when I've got a lovely French magazine. Well, it's not a magazine, it's like a paper, and it's not this one, but it has similar images. Which I will use. I say I've got the a So Chic kit, and these complement that really nicely. So I may well incorporate both of these in that. That was just dreadful, Jess. How unstraight is that? I know. See, these are the skills that I've got that I don't like to shout about. Bit better there. There you go. And now I'm wanting that to be a little bit in there. Even it up a little bit. Just terrible. Maybe I need a little trimmer now. If you could actually see it underneath the utter chaos that is under here. There, I'm here. I'm here, Jess. Right. See, look, this is the Diddy Baby version of this. You can see that. Right. There we go. Very excited. I'm going to France in the summer, just for a few days. So that's my little, well, apart from the Rach Umbrella craft retreat, that'll be my next little jaunt, going off to France with my sister-in-laws. Going to Monet's garden. So excited. My favourite artist. Ed was more a Renoir, and he used to take the mick and go, you know, if we went anywhere and we saw Monet's, we went, oh look, more lilies. That's all he knew how to paint. Not very versatile. And then I'd find all sorts of paintings that weren't lilies. All right then. So yeah, so we're very excited about that. So, I'm going to have to make that a little tad smaller because I want it to go on a jaunty angle. After all that careful precision of making it. Then you're going to have to go a wee tad smaller. Yeah, I could just do it on an angle like that. If we just take a smidge off the bottom. Do you know, if it's worth doing, it's worth faffing. That's what I say. Yeah, if I take it in the sides a little bit, then we'll be right. So much faffage. Gotta have the faffage though, haven't you? There we go. Yeah, so I will bring in you videos of what I'm making for the retreat. We're all doing an exciting project. I won't tell you anymore. And yeah, so I'll be starting that very soon. And bringing you along for the ride. Oh, it won't be published until after we've shared on the retreat because I don't like spoilers. There we go. Yes, like it. All right. Then I might take my little sewing machine. Shall I add a little different colour? I might take the top of that. I'll take the top of this. So, well, I could just have a little, that's sticking out as it is, but there was a bit of me. Thought we'd have it like that. Yeah. And then something else poking out. Do you know, what I might do is take this one and I might just fussy cut that cotton reel because I like it. I think I'll do that. Get my special scissors. Thank you, Christine. Right, fussy cut this. Change glasses. These are my prescription intermediate ones. And I actually need a super duper close-up ones. And my prescription ones are these downstairs, so make do with these. There, that's a bit better. Right, there we go. Nice little bit of cotton. I love these cards. I've got loads of them. Absolutely loads of them that I'm lucky enough that I get to find them in my local vintage shop. Yeah, nice little cluster there. Right, so what we need to do, that of course needs a bit of an inky dink. That needs a hole punching. Go. Just crash bang wallop all the time. Nice little cluster there, and of course what every cluster needs is a word. So we have sewing words, Tess. You do. So what shall we have? What colour do I want? Don't really matter. I quite like the thread because I've got thread there. I would like it a little bit smaller. I was going to print this smaller, and I think I will because I want the word smaller. I think let's just get it out, see what it looks like at that size. Oh, I think it's all right. I think it's all right. Now what would be fabulous is a bit of thread. Now normally I just have oodles of thread just sort of bunched up around like the floor, you know, when you've been sewing. So I'm just having a little goosey gander on the floor for a load of thread, and because that's what I want, I'm not going to find any, am I? Oh, there we go, bits of thread. Not that I can pick them up. There we go. A bunch of thread just been on the floor. Got other gubbins and rubbish in there, to be fair. So let's pull out the disgustingness. So we've just got thread left. Yeah, because you don't want my hair that's molted all over the floor, do you? See, buy a journal off me and you get more than you planned. More than you bargained for. There we go. Super coolio. Like. So let's stick that all down, shall we? I think that's the bottle. I've not been able to unblock. You do get some turkeys when you buy them in a pack. Could of course have done this so it was a little pocket, but as I'm making a sort of a cluster, I didn't want to do that. So a view sticking out about there. Now we've got thread to stick on, so I'm gonna put a bit of glue stick. Stick a bit of glue stick down there. I will then be able to go over it and wipe off any excess. It'll come off nicely. Maybe don't use one that's like dyed with horrible ink, Jez. We found some dry wipes the other day. They aren't dry wipes, they're wet wipes that dried out. Did a bit of a mass sort out of the chaos from our bedroom. You know, oh, let's get a, yeah, I had this packet, bought for previous holiday, all dried out. And then we can stick thread across there. Or as I used to call it as a child, Fred. Got any thread, Mum? I have thread. If that's what you want. There we go. Oh, love it. So then we've got a bit of that to go in there. So I like it. Now I would back that. Something that I want to write on, so I'm going to back it with some brown paper because that's how I roll. Yep, that'll do nicely. Just simple way of adding writing space. I use a lot of Primark carrier bags, and then I heard that they were going to start charging 20p for them. Okay, I can get brown paper packaging for free from other places. I won't be buying a Primark bag. Shame, because I do like them. But yeah, no. I like to get my brown packaging free. Where's my scraper gone? There you go. Right, I'll leave you to dry, and then I'm going to tackle my envelopes. So, got this. I want to make an envelope. I'm going to make it quick with my envelope punch board. She says, thinking, where on earth is it? Right, envelope punch board. Now, let's look at the size envelope. I'm looking at sizes of a bit of paper now. 8 1/4 is how wide A4 is, so we can't go any bigger than that. So I could do a 3.5 by 6.5 envelope, which would be 8 1/4 by 8 1/4. Might do that. So, as I know it's 8 1/4 one way, I might actually neaten the edges a bit. So we'll go 3.5 by 6. We'll do 8 by 8. Let's do 8 by 8. So I am going to take a bit of the edge off because just the way it was hard to get the edges of the paper stuck down. So there we go. That's 8 by 8. So let's take a tad off. Just a tad, because we know it's not actually, we haven't got too much leeway. 8 by 8. There we go. I've got to, our score line is 3 1/8. So 3 1/8 punch and score. And now I'll go down this line. Let's see it, yeah. There we go. Right, now I got a choice. I'm going to try it both ways and see which I like best as to which side I want to be on show. So it could be that way, or we could go the other way. Which was my original thought. And I like the way that looks at the back there. Well, that looks better on the front, doesn't it? And then that's the bottom. That's okay. That's where we're going. So let's check these. Right. So I like that across there. Just fold that up. And then can we fold it to the way it needs to be, a little bit lower than that. Actually, Jazz. Okie doke. Get that one straight. Go down there. Yeah. And a little bit. You can, of course, make envelopes without an envelope punch pad, but I know lots of people have them. And I've done envelopes before without using it. So you can, I've done loads of envelope projects actually. So there we go. That could be a tag base for the future. Right. Stick this down. Too much blooming glue on there, Jez, and you've managed to get some on your board. There we go. Oh. Colour is not an instant grip. You do have a wigglage, which means it then, when you rub it the wrong way, will move. There we go. We need to do this there. So now we need to ink the edges. Right, so that's that. So we just need a bit of glue up there and up there. Up this bit. I'm not going quite to the end. Oh, I could have gone to the end. Actually. that's my envelope. So then we can decorate our envelope, and that's where some of this lovely ephemera comes in again. So I might do another little cluster like before, but I might speed it up a bit. So I decided that it probably needed a little bit of something on the background so it doesn't get lost. So I just took a bit of pattern paper. So I'm going to carefully cover that with glue stick without ripping it. Sticky. Yeah. Of course, once you've got glue on it, you can see a little bit more through it, so it's a lot less sort of subtle. Well, it is subtle. You know, when it was just laid on, you could see less through it, but that's very fine and dandy. I love little bits of ephemera like this for clusters and decorating, and using ephemera to make ephemera. And then you've got an envelope to chuck whatever you want in it. Folded up piece of paper for wrapping on. Could have even put a bit of my vintage French fashion magazine would go in there nicely. Now I'm thinking, chuck a bit of this. So the other I scrappled around the floor. There's some threads, but I'm going to use a bit of this. Oh yeah, love it. Love it. So there we have it. We have a nice little decorated envelope there. Nice and simply done. We have our library card. They complement each other really nicely. And then we've got a little library card there to go inside it. And that is my take on vintage ephemera. And of course you make these out of anything that you've got. If you've got any of these gorgeous kits from Rachel, you can make them to suit whatever theme you like. Gives it a little bit of extra stiffness as well, adding that brown paper and the glue, so it's a nice sturdy journaling card there. And if we take that page that I had previously made, we can have ourselves library pocket there, and then we can have that tucked across there with a little pin in it, and that is a lovely journal page there. And if we look at it on the other side and we opened it up, then we've got this nice little thing there, and if it's clipped on, it can be tucked, and you can put, here's the button card gone, and then the button card can get tucked underneath it like that. There we go. I have made a nice little pocket, and then they can put another tag in there if you want. There's one I did from something else. Yeah, that's not going to fit, is it, Jez? Oh, it will just fit in there actually. Yeah, just some ideas. Anyway, hope you liked that, and I will see you again very soon with something else. And do go and make sure that you've commented and liked, and maybe give a subscribe to other people in the collaboration. Lots of people trying to grow the channel. I've just managed to pass 10,000 subscribers, so I will be doing a giveaway very soon, and I've got my head together after being away. And yeah, so do go and make sure that you're in with a chance with the big giveaway, and look out for my giveaway that's coming to you soon. All right, bye for now.